This lady named Nan had a problem that I don't see often. Her feet would get hot. Hot. They'd get red. Really red. Engorged with blood. Sometimes up into her ankles and shins. Halfway up her knee. She went to a bunch of doctors. The only relief she could ever get was to put her feet in ice water. She would sit with her feet in ice water.
What caused it?
Dunno. Wasn't in my training. Never saw it, heard of it. Rick will know.
Yeah.
I never saw it. Yeah, those new kids. I never saw it before. I haven't seen it since. Her feet would get red hot. Hot to touch. Very uncomfortable for her. She went to doctor after doctor after doctor. Nobody had anything to suggest except stick them in ice water, which is palliative at best, but didn't do anything for the getting rid of the problem. The body just kept making hot feet.
It was continuous or sporadic?
Sporadic, but increasingly continuous. They would get hot now and again, more so than other times. I said to her, I got no idea. But all structures and all functions vector towards health when we fast. What do you stand to lose, Nan? You stand to lose nothing. You stand to gain some health and maybe overcome this problem. And so she came and fasted. She said, it's not going to help. I've tried everything. Those are her words. I've tried everything. She said, I've lost my health. I've lost my energy. I've lost my mental clarity. I've lost my motivation to be a teacher about health to other people. I got leg pain, I got blisters, I got discoloration of my legs. They don't look nice anymore. And so she fasted. 10 days. Total recovery. No more discoloration, no more heat, no more nothing. After about 8 days, I said, you know what, fast for 2 more days, because visibly it might look all better, but let's give it a little more time to sink in. She fasted for 10 days and had complete resolution of this problem. Never to return again. Until she decided to go back to her old lifestyle. And now her legs are exactly the same as they were before. Red up to the knees.
It's got to be something she's eating.
Cooked food. She eats relatively clean cooked food. I call it the discerning standard American diet. She's not eating Pringles, not to name a product in the middle of a lecture, but she's not eating junk food as a typical rule. You would look at her food and say, wow, you eat pretty well for an American. Discerning standard Western diet. What irks me is I know people that have talked to her, and she says, yeah, I tried fasting with Doug, it didn't help. Look, I fasted with Doug, my legs are the same as always. And I know I made it really clear. Fasting is the intervention. You go back to doing what you were doing that caused your problems, your problems are going to come back. It's like sunburn. You go out and you can heal from sunburn really easy. Get out of the sun, but you could burn again. And she didn't say it to me that it didn't help, because when she's talking to me, she full well acknowledges that the symptoms fully disappeared for a couple of years, until she decided that the lifestyle was too much hassle, and she'd really rather eat just whatever she wanted to eat and not have those restrictions. And she'll put up with keeping her feet in ice water all the time. Every day, you never know. The stories are all the same, really. Follow the program works. Go back to your old program, you go back to your old symptoms. Or you die. We'll give you some of those too. So do you remember Robin from Australia, the sheep farmer?
Your prostate cancer.
Yeah. Yeah. His wife, Helen, stayed completely out of our way.
She was here with him, right?
But she came here with him,
And what she do?
in the end, to support him. And only to support him. She came with him. And because he was fasting, she fasted to support him. But when I first met her, before, and this is just part of not only doctoring, but specifically chiropractoring, I had my office set up. I was in several different offices, but the arrangement always allowed for me to see people parking their car. And when they would park their car, I'd watch them get out of their car. Very often, before they came in my office, I had a fair idea why they were there. Because your eye gives you some advantages in that regard. And when I met Helen, I just looked at her and I said to her, how long have you had congestive heart failure? Because her ankles were just huge right up to her knees. I'm going like, you got some serious stuff going on here, and you're not getting venous return, and it's all just sitting down in her feet. And she said, oh, it's been going on for some time, and I have a hard time taking a walk, and da-da-da-da-da, and we talked about it a little bit, and I go, this will respond incredible. And I will say this a bit tongue-in-cheek, but you will hear me say many times during the fast, if I could run a fasting center just for people with congestive heart failure, I could have a 100% success rate, and it would just be the most beautiful thing you ever saw, the turnaround of just fasting people with congestive heart failure, because it resolves so beautifully well that it's just like a no-brainer. So she came and fasted, but unlike Robin, who fasted a long fast, she did not do a long fast. Hers was like 26 days, something. A moderate length fast. She knew she was here with me for 7 weeks because she was going to stay for the walking tour with Robin.
You probably needed more time.
And he needed more time. But that was enough. And her ankles just went right down to like nice ankles. Wow, nice.
She dropped a lot of water weight.
Dropped a lot of water weight, dropped a lot of edema, dropped a lot of excess fat. But, you don't lose that much fat when you fast. I mean, if you're losing 2 pounds a week, you're losing a lot of fat. You lose a lot of water the first week, and guys could drop 10, 15 pounds in the first week. But most of it, you still only lost 2 pounds of fat. Okay. But, so she lost a bunch of fat. She lost all the edema. She gained the ability to then go on the walking tour, which when she came, she said, I can't do the walking tour with you. I'll come, but I can't do the walking tour because I can't walk. I got congestive heart failure. I can't walk. She did the whole walking tour, which was every day a 3 to 4 hour hike in the mountains, because we were really more mountainous even than here. 3 to 4 hour hike in the mountains every day, and she did it with absolutely no problem whatsoever. Just shocked her, and it was really what I expected, but it was quite the success story that she just came to support Robin. And it worked out really, really well for her, and did for a long, long time.